meat. All up in there. Look, you got a big old leech.
Hey guys, so what I set out to do and what's actually happening are two very different things. You see, sometimes we make mistakes in life, and it's totally okay to accept those mistakes and own up to them. So we're gonna kick things back to the chronological order of time so you can see how they play out, and we can go from where you're gonna see in a minute to where we are now. Enjoy. Cause we're not enjoying too much, are we? Not too much, no, not too much, no, no, no. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am out with the great Montelectual, expert treat beggar, and we're doing another overnighter here. We've got a winter weather advisory, and the plan for today is to build a shelter that can kind of handle, it's more of a bunker down style, I guess more of a survival type of shelter. It's going to be like a snow trench meets a covered snow trench, that's what we'll call it. I guess for now, it's covered snow trench. I'm sure there's another name for it, but we're just gonna make it. And if we don't have time to complete it because we got a late start as always, I brought a tarp just in case. And yeah, so we're gonna find the perfect spot. We're next to a swamp right now, and it's very hilly and terrainy here. So we're expecting higher winds today, but that's why we're trying to stay thick in the woods. But we've also got to watch for nice tall swaying trees that'll snap off. So we've just got to pick a nice spot that's kind of open, kind of protected, but we're not going to die from falling trees, you know. Yeah, so let's get to it, Monty. Let's find a spot. Okay, so this is our first potential spot. Right now I'm up on a little bit of a hill. I kind of want a spot like this because, as you can see, the treetops aren't so super tall right here. So if they snap off, you know, it'd still hurt if one happened to land on us, but it's not like monster trees, and we're going to be dug down. Another reason is the wind's coming from, let's see, wind's coming from this way, so we've got thick trees all in here. This is a pretty good spot. I'm gonna take off my pack here. We're gonna walk around really quick, make sure this is the best spot. Also, I wanted to say the temperatures are gonna be dropping fast. They're gonna be getting down to 0 Fahrenheit before wind chill. With wind chill, it's like -16 and -20. So even the slight breeze right here is going to be really cold and bitter come morning time. So we're going to want a nice bunker down mode, get lots of firewood, We'll see if we keep a fire going all night. Depends how the shelter is, how much wood we can find, which I'm sure there's lots. Anyways, Monty's already taken a liking to this spot. Let's walk around, Monty. Make sure this is the best spot first before we settle down. There could be a big rock under here too, but it doesn't matter as long as we don't dig down all the way to the bottom. Come on, Monty. Come on, Monty. Monty. Monty, help! Come on, Monty, help! Okay, so we've changed our spot to this spot here because when you're out here building shelters, sometimes, you know, you get a plan of what you want to do, and then something like this comes along, and you know, you just kind of change up your plans a little bit. What we've got here is a nice flat rock bluff. So what the plan is now, I was gonna just dig out a snow trench with 3 high walls and put logs straight over the top. Maybe we'll try that another time. Instead, what we're gonna do is dig right along this rock, build a wall out up in this little den here, this little cove, and then we'll put logs up against the rock and just lean them over like a kind of like a rock bluff lean-to. That's what we'll call it. So Monty, we've got to get shoveling first thing. See what we've got on the ground. If we've got too much stuff, then we're gonna have to just put some more snow down. Oh yeah, you're vicious. You're so vicious. Okay, shovel time, Monty. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you do now? What do you do now? Huh? You're covered by a shovel. What do you do? You're covered by a shovel. I got you. Okay there, guy. Okay, you're vicious. I get ya. I get ya. You know, it's funny, sometimes when you're building a shelter like this, you have no idea what the heck's going to happen. Is it going to turn out? I don't know. It usually does. But right now, I can see the idea I want, but I'm questioning if it's going to work out good. Alright, go over here, Monty. Go ahead, get that booty. Alright, so since the plan right now is to take logs and lean them up against this, I need this to be a solid wall so I can stick the logs in it without them falling around and whatnot. So I'm going to keep packing this down as I build it up, reshoveling the snow up there, cutting into these walls. And I want this to be kind of wide over here. We want a little bit more of a wide base. So once it freezes up after I collect all the logs in an hour-ish here, it should be a pretty solid mound of snow, kind of like if you're building a Quincy. And then I should be able to just stick the logs right in there, and they shouldn't really fall around or knock the snow around too much. But I've never built against a rock face like this. One thing that I think is going to happen, well, it's got to happen, is there's ice from water. When I make a fire here, it's going to melt down. And this here, there's not a ton of big overhanging snow, just this little chunk right here. So if there was a big old overhang up here, which there's not, there's just like some, it just kind of gradually goes, but if there's a big overhang, that's very dangerous. So I might go up here and just take a stick and just kind of brush this off just to be safe. But yeah, there's no big overhang, so I ain't gotta worry about that. Don't want to get buried out here. Okay. I might as well start multitasking for the old Monty here. He looks like he wants a sleeping pad. Hey Monty. Gonna do my little favorite, multitasking. Why not blow up your sleeping pad while you're working? You know? Because you're breathing anyway, so just put it up to your mouth and exhale your work air, you know? This is a battle-tested sleeping pad. You can see it's got the patch. I don't know if you can see it or not, it's the same color material. Had to get sent in because, you know, sometimes we pop sleeping pads here. Like I was saying, he's... Oh no! What could have caused a hole? Yeah, I don't know. Completely on accident. But yeah, my most recent one was the last time I was camping. So I got a new one with that one. I went with the smaller version. Monty's got the extra large one. I'm going to have the normal regular size one. What? What? Not yet. No, no, no. Your frisky critter is always ready to go. You will, White. Hey! What? What? Who is that? Who is that? Just kidding! Monty, alright, let's go over here. Come on. Let's set it up for you. Let's set it up for you. Go ahead. I'm not going to hit you with it again. It's okay. You can let your guard down. Go ahead. Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I'm sorry. Here we go. There you go. Yeah. Go ahead. Lay down, Monty. Come on. Oops. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Okay, we've got the start of a nice little den here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to walk on top of this just to help pack it down, flatten it out, make a nice base. And I'm still going to shovel out snow here, but before I go any further, after I pack it down, I'm going to go up here and try to knock down as much of this as I can. All up here, just see what I can reach with my shovel and push off, because there's a potential if it gets too warm up there from the fire, it could fall off anyways. So definitely want to make sure I get what I can. But let's just, and it's okay if this moves a lot. We want this to be a nice big see how it just compressed a whole lot? I don't know if you caught that on the camera, but it went that's what we want to do. Monty. That's what you don't want in the middle of the night. Okay, create a little bit more work for myself, but hey, now I don't have to worry about snowfall on me in the middle of the night. I was gonna have the my feet down at this end anyways, so even if it wouldn't have been too bad. Could have been bad, who knows, but it ain't gonna happen now. Okay, so I've got a nice flat spot here. It's gonna still need some evening. We're gonna have our fire right in the middle here, and we'll walk by on this side because I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but this is all ice. So if I have the fire right along the rocks, it's just gonna melt, come down. If I have it a little bit out, it'll still melt, but it's not gonna just rain right out of my fire. It'll just drip down the rocks and kind of go underneath. So that's why we're gonna put that in the middle. But yeah, I'm gonna compact this down, clear this out, and carve these walls a little better, and then we'll have a nice flat spot to stick our logs, and we're gonna let that just settle while we get some logs. So let's just see what happens when I start compacting this down. Hey Monty. Don't want to be too gentle, but I don't want to stomp with all my weight right now. I just want to sidestep and compact, make it flat as possible. Because if I were to just jump and put all my 215 pounds onto here, it would shovel in. But after settling for a few hours, I could probably jump like that and it wouldn't do anything. A little more. Ooh, gotta be careful. Be careful, Monty. Gotta be careful. Monty, what you doing? Okay, it's pretty packed down. I could still break through it if I stomp really hard, so let's just lightly jump. Monty, what you doing? Hi, what? You vicious. Alright, so as you can see, we've got a flat, semi-packed down surface there. So I'm just going to carve these walls out flat now, a little bit. Kind of make our square, and then once I dig this out a little bit, just make it a little bit more flat, we will just go get some logs. Probably said it 30 times, Gonna stay at 50 more, okay? Just hang on now. We're going to get some logs. Right, Monty? So we're just gonna get a bunch of dead logs, drag them all back here, and then we'll measure them up. Here we go. Couple nice sections right there. This one and the last one are dead pine, which for this type of shelter is ideal because it's very light. See, it looks like a big old log, but this is a very light log, very light. So for this type of shelter, it's ideal because I'm going to be having them overhang and kind of just sit in the snow. If you were to use dense maple or oak, that'd be a lot of weight pushing on that snow. With these, it's easier to saw up, easier to carry around, you know, everything. Wouldn't make the best firewood. We'll use it if we have to, it'll burn hot and quick, but when you just need protection from the snow and the wind, this works just fine. Another dead one. Okay, so there's so much dead pine around here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep grabbing these. I'm just going to go for whatever I can get pulling down like this first. And then I don't even need to chop anything. Like I said, this won't work as good for firewood. So I'll probably need to chop down some either more dense pine, some stuff that's not so far gone, or some hardwood. So I'm looking for about, I think to start we'll do 20 10-foot sections, and then we'll go from there. We'll see, we'll pile up, see what we need, but I'm gonna just keep grabbing logs and bringing them back to camp. Okay, well, this will be a good start. Hopefully this will cover us, but maybe not. We won't know until we start stacking them up. So first things first, we need to measure the right size. Tops split into two. really not going to be useful other than firewood because it doesn't get much diameter. So we'll use this as our measurer. See what we need. So let's measure this out. Like that. So if they're like that long, this is a dip in too. So it's a little bit, they're gonna need to be longer. Probably the longest need to be right here. So if we just do about this length, and then I smush them in, they should just rest up against this nice and easy. Now I'm not gonna be piling snow on here or anything like that, so let's just mark this. Gotta be careful. Okay, so that is more like 12 feet. I don't think they need to be quite this long. We're going to go a little bit shorter, just because I don't think I'll have even close to enough if they're all that long. We'll make it work with shorter ones. It's a little bit shorter. Okay, so now I've got to just measure and cut all these. We're gonna knock off the pokies, all these pokey sticks, and then let's start stacking. So now I've got to get my saw arm working. Right, Monty? Okay, so I just checked the time. I've got an hour of light left. I don't know if I have enough logs here to complete the task, and then I got to get firewood still. So I got to cut up all this, hope that it's enough to cover the shelter there, and then collect firewood. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is I brought up my tarp. I'm going to use my tarp alongside these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up enough to where we've got a nice frame, and then I'm going to throw up the tarp to kind of just make it so it's nice and, you know, like a skeleton type, and it'll kind of help the tarps be stable. And then we are going to use the logs to finish out the rest, because yeah, like I said, not a ton of time, got a late start, got to do what you got to do, because it's getting real cold tonight and I don't want to have a not so good shelter for this evening. I want to have a nice shelter. So let's measure, and yeah, we're running out of time. What I'm thinking now is I should have went with my original idea. This would have been more than enough logs, because I would have just used half the length. I would just have a little bit more shovel work. I just saw this rock bluff and I really wanted to build a shelter along, because it just was calling my name, you know? So, okay, it's all gonna be okay. We're just gonna figure it out. Get off all these pokies so we don't rip the tarp. Okay, So, I've got my logs. Got some big ones here. Let's set these up. I think. Get my axe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to do one more at that end, and then we're going to tie our tarp to the tops here. I'm going to roll it tight to see how much room we have to go back in, and then we will put other logs underneath. How you doing, you frosty bunny? Monty's just been doing extended nap time. Hey. Hey, Monty. Coming out to say hello? Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, Monty. Upside down. Really perfect. Hi, Monty, you figure it out. You got it. Here you go. Are you struggling as much as I am, Monty? Okay, that's that end. Monty, you want to be covered up? Nah, you don't. Not yet. You don't look like you do. We'll throw this thing, I swear. Okay? Let me just figure this out quick. Ooh. Seem to have tangled myself somehow in my snowshoes. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost pulled down the whole shelter right there. Jeez. Second. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it's gonna do. We're just running out of time. So we had a plan, we had to change our plan. What I had to do is take a rope up here and loop it and tie it to this log so I can pull this way, because when I had it just going over, it was over here. It wants to go this way. Well, let's try moving this really quick. See what happens. Let it go along this rock. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, so it is what it is, man. So here she is. Not perfect, not the worst shelter, definitely not the best. Didn't accomplish what I was setting out to do, but that's okay. We're gonna keep the snow off us tonight. I was hoping that there wasn't really gonna be a hole back here. This I wasn't worried about, but the hole in the back is going to allow a little bit of wind to breeze through, which is not ideal, but that's just how it is. What I'm going to do is we're going to cut up some firewood. We're going to have our fire pit right there. I'm going to pile some snow all around here a little bit so that we can block a little bit of that wind coming this way. So first we're going to pile up snow. We'll set up Monty in here, get him in his little blankie under his tarp, in his little shelter. We'll, build that wall, we'll cut up fire, we'll get a fire going, and get relaxing. And then we're gonna get some layers on, because it's starting to get cold, Monty. All right, go in your little den, Monty. Come here, Monty. Come here. Right here. This way, right over here. Over here, lay down, Monty. Okay, go for it. All right, lay it down. Lay it down. Get your blankie on ya. There. He's licking his paws because he's got ice on his booties. Okay. That's gonna be good for tonight. I think we'll make it through the night with this. I think we'll be just fine. It's definitely starting to get darker, so I am going to cut up some sticks quick. A few logs. We're gonna get a fire going. Start building that coal bed. Because as soon as the fire is going, we'll let Monty catch some radiant heat under here, and then yeah, we're gonna cut up most of these logs. So we have some firewood. I don't think we're gonna burn a fire all night, but we'll definitely have some firewood to burn. that'll be enough to start the fire. I'm gonna just grab a bunch of these sticks off of these branches here. Let's spark her up. Let us spark her up. Get out a pocket full of birch bark that I collected from last week at some point. Don't know when, don't know where, don't know why, but well, I know why. I always like to have a pocket full of birch bark. That's why. See, it's highly advised with making a fire, you just throw on everything, smush it down, smother the fire so that you put it out right away. See how it's going out? No, I think it's going to be alright. Nope, I definitely see how I just smothered it. Yeah, it's out. I put that fire right out. Good job. There we go. Now I gotta go collect more birch bark. Good job, Matthew. Pat yourself on the back. Okay, I will. That was a good job. So when you're starting fires with birch bark, if you do it right, which I didn't, you should only need a teeny tiny piece of birch bark to get your fire going, because you use the right amount of little stick and stuff. So I'm going to show you how to do that with just a little bit of birch bark. Okay, from this little bit of birch bark, I should be able to start my fire. Oh, we just put it out again. I'm just kidding. Close though. stick, huh? Here, how about we take off this stick? This? Which way is she going? Okay, Monty. We got Monty in the shelter there, wrapped up in his wool blanket, enjoying the warmth of the fire. I've got so much firewood here now that I'm not using all these logs, but a lot of it's pine, or it's all pine, but a lot of it's, you know, dead. This is more dense. This will be a good log. I'm gonna put this on there, but I'm gonna cut up as much as I think I need. And then, I don't know if I'm going to want to crawl to my sleeping bag to keep the fire going all night. We'll see how much warmth it provides and whatnot, but... Alright, I got all my layers on, cut up a bunch of firewood. I'm just ready to relax next to this warm, hot fire. Hot fire. I'm ready to breathe in a whole bunch of smoke today because the unfortunate way I built my shelter. Yeah. Monty's out there somewhere doing normal dog stuff. I'm just kidding. Monty doing normal dog stuff. No, he's wrapped up in this sleeping bag here. Oh, he's awake. Hey, Monty. Oh, glad you to join us. What's going on? I thought you'd be still passed out. Hey, buddy. He's been in there for a good 45 minutes. He was passed out. He was dreaming, too. But, yeah. He's not a fan of the smoke either, but... yeah, he's just... he looked a little cold, and he just, like, I pulled out his sleep stuff, and he crawled over to it and tried to nestle on it, so I just zipped it up in there, and he passed right out. But anyways... unfortunately, Monty... my batteries died. Anyways... what I was saying is, unfortunately, with the way I built the shelter, we've got the wind, because we got this rock bluff, the wind is forced to go along the rock bluff, okay? So, it's coming in through this hole here, swirling around, getting caught up here right by my face, and it's also blowing through that little hole in the back, but you can see it swirling. It's just, the wind's coming in, and it's just bad design. Here's my bad. I messed up. We're gonna go ahead and start rating our shelters, and it's gonna be on the Posa scale of shelter. Wait, we've got to come up with the term here. Okay, we've got it. It's gonna be the Posa's analyzation of shelter superiority. So it's gonna be a pass. There, we just made it up. Pass. Does it pass? This shelter does not pass. It is not high on the scale. It's got to be at least a 5 to pass. This isn't a 5. It's a 4.7. It's not bad as far as wind goes. Like, we're not feeling a lot of wind, and I can hear it moving around, and you can see the smoke blowing. But this fire, this brings it way down, the smoke from this fire. If it was hardwoods, it'd be a little better. What do you think, Monty? You want out? But he definitely doesn't like the smoke, and neither do I. It's yeah. Yep. Classic scenario over here. Set out to do a shelter design. Changed my mind because I saw this rock bluff. Halfway through, realized that the first design was better. Stuck to it because that's what I do. Changed up the second design because I had no time. And now I'm stuck in it. And it's okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna spend the night. We're gonna have delicious food still. I just really hope that the smoke stops getting in my eyes. Oh! I am gonna just have burnt eyeballs tomorrow. I might need to sit on the ground here. Or just sit here with my eyes closed the whole time. This will do. Yeah. Oh, my eyes are watering so bad. Ooh, yeah. Nope. Nope. No embers. Oh, geez. That was a nice ember on the old sleeping pad there. Almost popped another one. Great. Yeah, Monty, I know the smoke is bad. I know. It's no fun. Monty, wait. What are you doing? Oh, blast you. Smoke. So, I can't really breathe in my shelter. It was a real bad design. It's gone from a, on the pass scale, it's gone from a 4.7 down to a 1.5. It's not enjoyable. Monty doesn't even want to stand here, and it's cold out there. I'm covering his face because of the smoke. Even down here now, it's bad. I can't even sit here and enjoy myself to cook. So the most I could do is just go to bed and not eat. I don't even want to sit right here anymore. It's just making me cough. It's really not enjoyable to sit in the shelter right now. I am just breathing in smoke. It's very hard to breathe with the swirling. What has happened is I have created a terrible shelter. I'm just gonna admit it right now. It's not good. The shelter's fine, but with the wind swirling, the direction of the wind, it is just bad design. And I can barely breathe, even on the ground. Like, this is terrible. I don't even know I'm sitting in this to record this video. It's probably because the fire's warm. Monty's, he does not want to sit in here because he's smart. See, I've got his face buried in his sleeping bag so he doesn't have to breathe in the smoke. I can't even get a moment to just, it's just constant. So, oh, finally got my first, oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can breathe. Yep, there it is. Oh man, it's back. The swirling smoke. Ah! Why? Well, I can't breathe in here. All right, Monty. So, oh man, I need to get. So, you know what's not easy? Owning up on your mistakes and just admitting when you've been defeated. And that's what I'm going to do right now. This is a bad shelter design. With the wind, blah, 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 blah. I'll say it again. We can't even breathe in here. It's not enjoyable. I am not having a good time sitting here just breathing in smoke. It's, you know, the temperature's dropping a lot. So it's not going to be enjoyable to set up another shelter in the dark. So, yeah, Monty will have to sit out, and I'll just have to wrap him in a sleeping bag, and it'll just have to get cold. And we'll have to start a new fire, everything. We'd have to start a new fire to get a new shelter going. So what I'm saying is, I am going to man up, and we are going to pack up and hike out of here in the dark. Yep. Never thought I'd be saying this or doing this. Did not expect to do this. But I'm gonna. Because I am not enjoying myself, and I know Monty's not enjoying himself. He doesn't want to sit in here and breathe in smoke, and neither do I. Yep. So, I am going to start packing up here, and we're going to hike back to the car. It's not going to be hard to hike back in the dark. It's really not as bad as it would seem. Because I've got a well-made path, and so it'll be pretty easy to hike out of here. It's just, my pride is going to hurt more than anything posting this video of me packing up in the dark and hiking home, admitting defeat with my tail between my legs. But I could deal with it, you know. I could make a new shelter, but I don't want to put Monty through it. I don't want to make him have to sit out in the, you know, just in the cold. If right here is fine now because we're in a little den, but we go out there and I start to set up a new shelter, and he's gonna get cold. It's single digits right now, and with wind chill, it's below 0. It's cold. So I've got all my layers on. I'm gonna have to start packing up, delayering. It's just, oh man, am I really gonna go home right now? I have no desire to breathe any more smoke. Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's the last straw. I hate to say it, guys. Hate to do it. They're getting out of here. Man. Look at how bulky my sled is. Oh man. Can you tell that I piled things in here in a hurry? Oh man. What a failure right now. Monty, Monty, Monty. Monty, Monty, Monty. Did Dad mess up? Yes. Should you suffer because I screwed up? No. You should not. I think you should not. Okay? Stay stick. Ow! That hurt. Oh! Ow! My gloves are frozen. Already. It is snowing, huh, Monty? Oh yeah. These are frosty. It's definitely single digits now. Okie dokes, folks. Okie dokes. So, let this be a lesson to you. Let this just be a big old lesson to you. If you're out here camping for enjoyment, you're coming out here to enjoy yourself, try something new, and you're not enjoying yourself, don't do it. I'm going home. I'm admitting defeat. This was a failure. You know, on another note, it's okay to fail. It's totally okay to fail. Yeah, it's gonna sting a little bit, having to post this video online. You know, I wanted to spend the night out here, but as silly as I can be, I'm no fool. If I'm just gonna breathe in smoke all night and choke, and Monty, the only way he sat in the shelter is if his face was buried in the sleeping bag. He did not want to sit in there, and I can't, you know, I would have suffered through it and not enjoyed myself and, you know, done it. But if Monty's gonna suffer, no. So, you know, it is what it is. Right, Monty? He's chipper, but yeah, we had to be able to enjoy the shelter. It was my bad. I made a terrible shelter. There's not really much more to say about it. Bad shelter. Got too late of a start. This has only happened on the channel. This is the third time I've had a major fail. The first one was I went to build a bushcraft shelter in spring and it was just too buggy and I was miserable. That was the spring bushcraft camp fail. Get out of here. Let's get out of here. The second time, the video's actually titled, got a little bit of a late start, I think. I'll post it up here, the really late start video. I had to paddle down a river in the dark. And I forgot my food bag. So that was another fail. And then this one, I made a crappy shelter. So, as your life lesson for the day, it's okay to fail, it's okay to admit defeat. Life will go on. I'll get over this, and we'll get out camping, winter camping real soon. So, come here, Monty. Come here. Okay, alright. We screwed up, we failed. I did, not you. You did great. You were great. You're perfect as always, Monty. So, as always, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. And I will catch you guys at the next video. Let's go, Monty, 'cause Dad failed and built a crappy little shelter. He screwed up, and it's not your fault that Dad built a crap shelter, but well, so you'll be warm and have some fun there. You'll get a treat.